to the podcast So Casted. I am your host, Tara Lockett. On today's episode, we will discuss the topic How Sweet 16. Do you guys remember 16? For some who may be listening who haven't reached 16, or those who are listening who have surpassed 16, journey with me as I talk to you about How Sweet 16. Now, before I get into this next topic that I want to talk to you about, I do want to correct myself. I am very good at doing that, which means you can correct me if you're right. So, earlier in the show, my first episode, actually, I brought you 32 Years of Fear, the Kryptonite to Courage. And I quoted Maya Angelou, and I did not quote it correctly. I quoted the word fear. It has caused a lot of problems in this world. But that is not the correct quote. But what I want to do right now is give you that correct quote. It goes on, and I quote, hate. It has caused a lot of problems in this world, but it has not solved one yet. Makes a lot of sense. Hate. Now, 16 is an age where we have to remember and keep in mind that a lot of young people are going through a lot of things, and mental is at the top of the list. You know, hate is a very powerful word, but it's also, as Maya Angelou quoted, it has caused a lot of problems. Obviously, we know that because all we need to do is just open our eyes, be thankful for the gift of the day, which is life, and look around and see the type of hate that we go through on a daily. It's kind of sad. How Sweet 16. I want to talk to you about what hope means to me. And I want you to journey with me along this little road that we're going to talk about today of How Sweet 16. Hope means a lot to me simply because I was in a position in my life where life didn't matter. And it's basically the reason why I smile. There's three things I'm going to talk to you about today. Hope, the reason I smile, and unconditional love. Now, hope is connected to life. It is also connected to not being in a mindset of hate. Things that happen to us in our lives, we have the ability, and technically we have a right, in a sense, but not really. Not necessarily to hate, but we do. You know, we speak it out constantly. But hope means a lot to me. When you have absolutely nothing, hope to me is a step from nothing. And when you're wrestling with those dark things in your mind and you're not sure at 16, well, I'm going to take you back actually to 14, 15, because that's the reason why I smile. Now, 14, 15, I'm taking you back a few years from 16. I want to show you the picture of my life at this time. At the age of 14, I got pregnant. I did keep my baby. I gave full birth, actually. 2 months later, my son passed away. He had a brain tumor. But at the age of 15 and I'm in a job, I'm feeling that pressure. I'm feeling everything that's happened to me up to this point. I'm feeling the sadness, and I'm also feeling the blame. And I'm also feeling that I'm not worthy. Insecurity, those seeds had already been deposited. So at this point, we're 14, 15, still not dealing with things, and those seeds are planted. They're like roots. You ever see a potato that's been in a bag? You ever see a potato that's been in a bag for too long and it starts growing those little weird sprouts? It kind of grosses me out. I don't know about everybody else, but When it's been there too long and it gets soft and it has those little sprouts on there. It's kind of like that. And everything seemed to be caving in my mind. You got to remember it's in your mind. And I decided I didn't want to live anymore. So I attempted to take my own life. And that is the reason why hope is valuable to me. The reason I smile, I had a high school coach by the name of Mr. Kenneth Easter. I love that man to this day. He is no longer with me, but I'm very thankful because I did get the opportunity, and I will say this to you all. When you get the opportunity to thank someone for being so kind out of nowhere for no reason, make sure you give them that gratitude of being thankful. But Kenneth Easter was a tough old bird. He was a tough man. But he was the first male that I actually trusted to be around alone. He wasn't afraid to tell me the truth, and I loved that about him. But he's the reason I smile. And I found out later on in life, what he knew as a coach. I didn't know he knew so much about what was going on in my life. And it's because of him that I met the Benzels the way I did, which leads me to unconditional love. Sweet 16. On my 16th birthday, I had the opportunity to be asked, what do you want for your birthday? Now, by this time, I'm going to fast forward, from that situation. Earlier, I talked about to now, the 16. I live with this family, the Benzels, and it is the reason I smile because I met them through Coach Easter. Follow me. The foundation with them was love. Not just love, it was unconditional love. They took me into their home. And on my 16th birthday, they asked me, what do you want for your birthday? I said, pancake, Nike shoes, and a Nike shirt. Of course, a glass of orange juice. I'm an athlete. I need my orange juice. But on my 16th birthday, the three things that I asked for, I got. I got my Nike shoes, I got my Nike shirt, and I got my plate-sized pancake. Unconditional love, a family who knew not much about me, but they saw my hunger and my drive. They saw things in me that I didn't see in myself. Now, I arrived on this planet through Dean and Beverly. Those are my parents, my blood parents. But my earth angels showed me what unconditional love looks like. They knew I had things going on in my life, but they never judged me. They loved me. They helped me. What did they help me do? They helped me evolve. How did they help me evolve? That year, after losing my son, a year after, I thrived. Not only did I get my plate-sized pancake, my Nike shirt, and my Nike shoes, I was voted ASB Director of Athletics, Coaches Award for basketball, first team All-Mission Valley lead in basketball. I was nominated for mascot 2 times in a row. And mind you, that first time I had to try out, which means I had to do a skit in front of a panel of people. Ooh. I was voted most improved softball player. And interestingly, in that year, I hit a grand slam. And for those who don't know what a grand slam is, that is when you are playing a game of baseball, softball, basically. Bases are loaded. You're up to bat. And I hit the ball so far that I hit it where all the players on the bases came in, including myself. How sweet. 16. I hope that you've been motivated, inspired, and encouraged to know that no matter what it is you go through, life really does turn around. To me, How Sweet 16 is a whole 360. And I'm very thankful for the people that was in my life during that time. And I'm thankful for you for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I want to hear from you. If it is a topic you want to discuss, please be sure to send me an email. Send that email to studio13socasted at yahoo.com. Again, studio13socasted at yahoo.com. So let's cast it. Again, I'm your host, Tara Lockett. You're listening to the podcast, So Casted. Until next time, let unconditional love rule your thinking.